Hello, everybody. You are welcome again, once again. You know me, I like to make my entries, be intros dramatic. But yes, you're welcome again to Just Unfiltered podcast. It's been an amazing ride, and we are so happy, super happy that you guys have been doing this with us. We know that, some people are like, "What's up? Where people been? You didn't post anything." We're sorry. But yes, we're back. And today, guys, we have our first guest for this podcast ever, ever. And it's an honor for us, and I believe it will be an honor for him too.
Yes.
But before we get there, let me just, kickstart, like I like to say, and introduce my co-host, and to my immediate right, beautiful as always, amazing as always, Diba, Dilo, Dibench, everything I have to do with love. Deb's baby. Yeah. At my extreme left, we have the baby of the podcast. In Henry's words, drama. But Kanisha, a wonderful person, amazing smile, always smiling. Always smiling.
I'll
Yes,
go
the
frown
candy.
for this episode. No
The
worries.
No
candy.
frown, no.
If she frown, our guest will make him laugh. No worry. I don't talk out. So guys, as usual, my name is Uncle Barry. I'm very, very honored. You guys are gonna miss out Ajani today. And we don't like that he's not here, but he's with us either ways, right? And you're gonna see him for sure next time. So guys, let's go straight into this. Can I get a drum roll, please? Yeah. So we like to do that, right? To introduce our guest. And ladies and gentlemen, today, the man, I won't call him a myth or a legend because he's still doing what he's going to be called a legend for. Right? The man, the person in person. This guy, I met him in the most casual way ever. He was friends with my sister. So I kind of have I remember when we were talking about bringing him on the show, and I was telling my team, we're talking about when we discuss about him, and they're like, "You sabi him?" I said, "I don't too sabi him like that," but because they felt I knew him based on, and my sister's friend, he kept saving just. I was just giving them different things. It's like, "You're supposed to know this person." I'm like, "Well, I might, but So I mean, to see somebody that's of my own knowledge was not really. I don't know. Let me not conclude, but we'll ask him. But I don't think he was born in Jos, And he came here. He enjoyed the weather, enjoyed everything about the town, and just said, "You know what? I have a passion and a drive. I hate that people are not talking about this place. I don't like that people don't know that there's so much. I hate when people say just is such a civil servant and back with the guy. There's wealth. That's why there are no riches here. It's wealth.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing thing to see what he's doing. He's the pioneer of something amazing. He started something, and I think he made other people be like, "Come on, what have we been doing? We that we say we're from Plateau." Ladies and gentlemen, this man, Timothy Kanat, Discover Jos.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Yes,
that
sir.
was quite an introduction.
I mean, I did try sometimes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think our first episode was the most dramatic, but we're getting better. So yeah, it's really, really good to have you here. We're honored to have you.
Thank you so much.
It's amazing to see what you're doing. And it's I think the best part for me was when one day I was happily telling my sister, like, "Omo, I saw your friend who he started to say, team. Omo, forget him, he's going places." And I'm like, okay, so it's really good to see that, going from knowing you as an acquaintance to hearing people speak about you, and they don't even know you, they just know that this person is delivering quality services. Before we get into this, I want to say this, right? Discover Just has taught just people something that they didn't used to do before.
Okay.
Look out for other people's businesses. It's like, unless you knew the person or you were told, there's this Tart Kitchen, let's go and eat there, you wouldn't really know.
Actually.
I remember Tart Kitchen was because someone was eating their shawarma and was like, "Please, I want to eat Tart Kitchen shawarma." Where's that? But Discover Just now has done that thing where on your phone, almost every day I swipe and you post something, I learn a new thing. I didn't know there was Ngas Village in the museum.
Wow.
I've gone there several times as a child, even as an adult. Do you understand? I didn't know about the various festivals. So it's great. I didn't know about back farms. See, now I'm saying too much, but we'll get into it. I'm just to show you that, there's so much that we as residents of Jos have not even comprehended that Jos has or that exists. And, you have done so well with curating these things. I believe you're still doing great. And
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah.
you, guys.
So yeah, I mean, Just Unfiltered is happy. We are happy.
We're very glad.
And this is. I remember I said I was going to say this because I want people to know that whatever you're doing in this life, whether you start first, whether you start 10th, it's not a competition. Always look for how to make yourself a partner or a friend to who is doing what you're doing.
Yeah, very
Someone
true.
said to me, Discover just the start podcast. I was like, yeah, I don't watch the first episode. And you won't bring them come your own show. Let's see where they do show. And I'm like, if you don't wait till I learn for that first episode alone,
I'm
do
telling
you
you.
understand?
And we have
man?
different themes,
Yeah,
actually.
do you get?
Exactly.
But like at the same time, I can't lie to you that just watching this, what you have so far, it's like I'm like, I love that this is just based.
Yeah.
Because I watch a lot of podcasts and you're watching people from America, Kenya. I love Vusi Tembekwayo.
I
Like,
do.
so you watch somebody and you're like, where are the Nigerians in this space?
Uh-huh.
So it's even great to see that it's not just Nigerians, it's
Yeah.
just people like me and you.
Yeah.
You know that I've never heard of Asasi Abbas.
Oh, really?
But like I was sitting there like, maybe I know go learn photography. So it's
Well, Fast is
something.
great.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
something. It's always it's great to see, man.
Mhm.
And
Thank
this
you.
is just to say, if you don't know about his podcast, go and check,
Just
subscribe, Just Start
Yes.
podcast, and make sure you tune in.
Just that.
Yeah.
Because it's people like you and I, right here in the city of Jos, whether you're abroad, whether you're where, it's people that grew up in the same streets like you, Dadinkoa to building materials, Genta Adamu.
Yeah.
These people came up from where you're coming up from,
Yeah.
and they're
People.
doing this
Thank
stuff.
you. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's that. Thank you.
So that's good. Let's hear your voice
Yeah.
now. Right? Let's just go straight into it.
Yeah.
I'd like for you to give us just a short, background on yourself. Let's know where you're from. Like where you come from, where were you born, where did you school, and how did you eventually come here to Jos?
This is an interesting question. So, I'm originally from Kaduna State.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Both parents. But I was born in Enugu State.
Wow.
Wow.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we lived there till I was 5.
Oh, nice.
And then we moved to Lagos. And I lived in Lagos. My family, my parents are still in
Still in
Lagos.
Lagos, okay.
Right. That's where our home base still
Yeah.
is. Right. So Lagos.
Yeah.
And then NYC brought me to Jos.
Oh, nice.
And funny enough, like in my final year, I started telling people that I'm going to serve in Jos. I'm going to serve in, I kept saying I was going to serve in Jos. And NYC did bring me to Plateau State. But they did not just bring me to Jos.
Jos.
They took me to Kanam.
Oh, wow.
So I served in Kanam, in a village in Kanam called Gyang 2.
Oh.
You will pass, in fact, it's closer to, you're closer to Bauchi than you are to
Yeah,
Plateau
to
State.
Plateau.
Yeah. If you see the videos, I still have some, because now that I think about it, some of the things I'm doing with Discover Just didn't just start. I'd always been documenting stuff,
Yeah.
videos, but I never thought it was anything.
Yeah.
Right. So I do have videos from back then,
Yes.
the ones I can find, and yeah. So that's just like a quick background of who I am.
Yeah.
Originally from Kaduna State, and very proud of being from Kaduna.
Being from there.
And I realized that Plateau people and Kaduna people are not much different.
Very.
Yeah.
We have a lot of
There's
similarities.
so many
Too
similarities.
many.
Right?
Yeah.
Even some of the tribes are like my original tribe actually is like one of the tribes that they will call like Dengi, and they are close to the Irigwe people and the Afizere people like
okay.
that. So
Yeah.
you get, so that's so I think we're cousins.
Yeah, you can say.
And so it was NYC
can
that
say
that brought me here. After service in the village where I served, I just told my, because it was a village like a village. No NEPA, no nothing.
Wow.
It was like those kind of NTA documentary kind of villages.
Yeah.
Yes, and I was there for the year,
Wow.
and then after I left, went back to Lagos, and a few months later, 9 months or so later, I packed up my life. I made the
Came
big
back.
decision to come back to Jos
Oh wow. So you see.
with no promise of a job,
Mm.
no job,
Oh, that's crazy.
just just sheer faith
Mm.
and hope that
Yeah.
we can make
You
something.
make
out
something
of
out
this.
of it.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because people, the Lagos I came from is the Lagos that a lot of people
Run to.
have run
Yeah.
into for the
Yes.
same
Yeah.
reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Hope, faith.
Yes.
You know, I believe that this is where it will happen for me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I did the reverse.
MC is
I
working
love-
for you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love what he said about people in Jos, like you running to Jos, and
Yeah.
the people in Jos
So
are running
to Lagos.
there for these things, because most times when we have discussions as a team, I think we've come to establish that one of our goals as a podcast is to be able to, like, let me use my supposed made up
Yeah.
theory. Just is like Atlanta in the United States without the industry. So it's like you have the talents, the creatives, it's packed with these people, right? But because the industry is far from us,
Yeah.
we don't have it. If we had the industry, so it's like, if you know you have money and you're into entertainment, come and invest here. That's why I love what like MI did last December.
yes.
You need to make
Yes.
people know that come here, like what Timaya does in Bielsa.
Yes.
We need people
Yeah.
like that to start,
We do.
artists from Jos or that have come up from Jos, to take it upon themselves and say, let's put Jos on the map.
Yeah.
Because that's when people realize I could actually come and build a bigger studio here
Sure.
and we'll become a mad record label and we'll start to make money.
Yeah.
So it's like we are that good just without the industry. So Discover Just has actually been helping us,
Very, very much.
make
grateful.
more for the industry.
Grateful.
Yeah.
Which
It's
is great.
exciting to see.
Great. So, sir,
Yeah.
we like to know, right? What inspired you to start Discover Just? And what, I mean, I think we've kind of said, but we'd like to know, right? What inspired you and what has the journey been like so far?
So for inspiration, I started it was a number of things. On one hand, so I'll bring to the two perspectives. On one hand, it was the fact that I was genuinely angry about the negative narrative that everybody outside and even inside painted on Plateau State. I call it a single-sided story. So I'm not denying the fact that this other side has happened, but that's not the full picture.
Yeah.
And I was genuinely tired of the fact that I'm a young person. I'm interacting with young people, and somehow the narrative has a way of painting and limiting their expressions, especially like when they're expressing outside this place. People look and see Plateau State from a certain perspective. That place, they're killing people. I cannot
Because you're
come.
dodging bomb.
They are doing this. They almost feels like there are landmines all over the place. Once you just come, you just hear kaboom, and then just pieces of your body all over the place.
Yeah.
But what I experienced here was amazing people, genuinely lovely, hospitable people. I love the weather here. Case in point, I was coming from Lagos. The first time I came out of the plane, when I came for NYC, I stepped out of the plane, and the weather outside the plane was colder than the plane I was coming out from. And I'm like, this is nice.
Yeah.
This
Must
is
be
nice. This is really nice. And then driving through, I'm seeing the hills, the greenery, everything. And I'm like, all of this cannot go to waste. Nobody's telling the stories of this side.
Yeah.
Yes.
All we're hearing from the other side is, hey, this person was this, that. And I'm like, it's not fair.
Yeah.
That was my anger. It is not fair. While the security issues might not have been 100% solved, the people should not be living under this amount of negative narrative.
Yeah.
It's a stigma.
Yeah.
And especially for young people, especially for people who are doing business, it almost felt like if you need to make something out, get out of
Get
here.
out of here,
Because that narrative just keeps hovering around you. And I
Very,
said,
very
you know what?
true.
We have to change it.
Yeah.
So that was on one hand. But I didn't know how I was going to change it. On the other hand, because I was now living here, a few of my friends decided to visit. Few of my friends from Lagos, from school, all of that. And when they come, I'm a very inquisitive person. So I spend a lot of time asking questions and reading. And that's how I got to know a lot of the things that I know about Plateau State and the city of Jos. And when we go to places, I'll say, oh, you guys come, let's go around. And then we'll go to the museum, go to this place, go to that place. And I'll be giving them history. and I'll be taking them through. It wasn't. This is just literally me taking my visitors around,
Yeah.
and then all of them end up saying, "Guy, I think you should do this thing. You know so much about the city, and you have very engaging conversations." Taking us through these various places,
Right.
it's not just, oh, let's go and see this place and then come back, but then you're like taking us to like the behind of the scenes, how this place, how this happened, and they're like, we think you should do this, and I'm like, nah, I don't think so. And then it kept happening over and over, and then one of my friends who used to work with a travel company, came, and then we did that, and then she was like, no, you have to. And my wife said, no, I've been telling him about to do this thing now. Maybe if you people, you know,
Speak some more.
and I just, and then for the angle they were saying to was create content, go on social media, and I'm just like, people who know me, I love a private life. You see, this Discover just part of my life. I almost used to say it's like my alter ego,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm not the person who loves to be in the public life of the party. I'm not. I love a quiet life. I love to just stay with my family, read, be with my close friends. You know, just put all this putting your face out there.
Yeah.
It just was not for me. I didn't think it was for me. And then I started saying, oh, I don't think anybody would like to hear my voice. I don't think I know more enough. I don't think I'm not even from here. I didn't grow up here. Do I think that I'm the best person to? So it's
To do
imposter
this.
syndrome. So I began to give
Yeah.
myself a lot of reasons why I
You
shouldn't.
shouldn't.
And then one day, so because of them, I opened, just to make them keep quiet. I opened Discover Just because I had the name about a year and a half.
Wow.
I had the name
Amazing.
a year and a half before
Before you
I
started.
opened the Instagram page. I just opened the Instagram page just to get them to keep quiet.
Keep quiet.
And then a few weeks later, then there was this event that happened in the city, the African Creative Tourism City Walk, the photo walk. It was a city tour for creatives, taking photos, videos, creating content, and all of that. And I was there. And while we're going to various places, I was talking with some people, and I was also just chipping in. Oh, this,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Guy, you should really do this thing." And I'm like, "Well, I have a page, but I've not done anything." Then they're like, "What's the handle?" I gave them, and they're like, "Okay." They just followed me. Of course, my wife and her friends had followed
Had
me.
followed
So I
you.
had no post, no this thing, but they were following me. And then they did a story post on their page and tagged me, and so I reposted. That was the first Discover Just post,
Oh man.
right, on my stories, and that's how we started in 2023, and
Wow.
we will be 2 years in July.
July.
Come here,
That's
long way.
amazing.
I mean,
Thank you.
That's great.
And everything that I thought was a reason why I shouldn't do it was all a lie, because people are listening to me. That's
You know,
why
a
I'm
lot
here.
of people are
a
listening.
lot
yeah.
of
That's
people
why I'm
are
here.
listening
Like,
to you, actually.
you know, there's so much value to give, and I'm excited that I can play a little part
Yeah.
in the rebranding of this really special place.
Yes.
For real.
That's great.
Yeah, so actually, speaking about the places that you've been to and you've visited, let me speak for myself because I'm not somebody that goes out a lot. So I follow you like back to back to back with what
Awesome.
you're saying. I really, really love your page and what you do. So let's just tap into your brain a little bit. What are those? What are some spots, some hidden gems that you feel like people don't really know about in the city that you'd like us to speak about?
Well, I think that it would vary based on the kind of person that you are.
What you like to do?
For example, personally, I like to drive to Lamingo Dam and just park my car there and just sit down by the water and watch the sunset. It's free.
That's really
another
calm.
Noted.
It's free.
Noted.
Nobody will ask you for money, anything. It's free. Just watch the sunset there. Sometimes get lost in my thoughts. Sometimes if I'm with my wife, we go sit down in the car. Maybe we're eating suya and gisting as the sunset is. Sometimes see
Very good
people
place to really
when people talk about dates is not even supposed to be
bad.
only expensive places. You go and sit down in one place and then spend 150K in a night or 200 or whatever. Sometimes inexpensive dates, buy popcorn and granuts, go and sit down. Just like
put your phone like this.
just so yeah, and sometimes we even do like Netflix, like we just
The
do
best
Netflix in the
dates are
car.
actually the unplanned
Do you
ones.
understand? And so that's one place I really like. I like Mazda Waterfall. right? Because one of the reasons because it's one of the closest waterfalls to town. It's just after um what's that place, Angwarankuba
Yeah.
area.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's very beautiful, very nice, very scenic,
Yeah.
very scenic,
We should
right?
go.
So
We should
We
go.
will go.
We will go.
yeah.
Jot things down.
Where else? Where else will I say hidden? I mean, there are all the other popular places
Yeah.
that everybody knows.
That's not
I
what
mean,
we're
you've really
looking
said
for.
hidden gems. 'cause
Yeah,
I'm
like
telling
that place
you.
now.
I've heard of Maza Waterfalls. I've never thought of
You've
going there.
not
myself.
gone there. Yeah.
We'll go soon.
Yeah. I mean, if I remember any other one,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's nice.
I'll
That's
share. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So me personally, every single time we have a conversation, even with my friend who came to Jos, I always talk about how Jos has a notion. So I schooled in Babcock, right? And there was
Really?
yes. And then
You're also an alumnus.
wow, that's lovely. There's always this notion. I
Interesting.
swear, there's always this notion of why are you running to Jos? Is it safe? Is it, every single time maybe they hear something about something happening in maybe a local government.
Yeah.
Oh, they heard you're killing people in Jos. And I'm just like, it's not Jos, so but
You don't
we are
mean it.
safe. We thank the Lord. So I know like with what you're doing, it's a beautiful thing to see. Like I told you, like a friend of mine said, oh, I texted Discover Jos. I was like, good. So we have places to go. So what do you think are like maybe a few challenges you have had in trying to change the perception of what Jos is?
This thing you just mentioned is one of the major challenges.
Oh yeah, for sure.
In fact, I was out of town
Mhm.
this week, and I came in as I was coming back into town. Somebody said, "Oh, this thing happened in so place," and then I just put my head down and I said, "It's almost like." It's not very easy to market Plateau
Yeah.
State.
Oh, no.
Let's not even lie.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not very easy.
Yeah.
And it's also because the number of people carrying bad news are much more than the people
That's very,
carrying
very
good
true.
news.
A whole
Mhm.
lot more.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
understand? Like I said, I'm not happy about all of these things that happen,
Yeah.
but I don't want there to be a one-sided story.
Yes.
Yes.
I use countries like Israel, Ukraine, some of these countries. It's not like they're really safe right now. They're all fighting war right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Nigeria still went for
Still travel.
pilgrimage
Oh yes,
Yeah.
very yes.
recently
True.
Yeah.
to Israel.
Mhm.
Are fighting.
And they're
Yeah.
using larger weaponry.
Very true.
Do you understand?
Stress.
So it's I think that at the heart of it, it's controlling the narrative.
Yeah.
One of the hardest parts is in trying to do all of this is that even people here
I'm making it
are the
harder.
ones entering your comment section
Mhm.
to tell you how you be posting about this thing when this thing is just happening. And why I am not denying that something happened.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I'm not denying it. The recent walk that happened,
Oh yeah.
peace walk that happened, I was part of it. I went.
Mm.
Do you understand? Whatever we need to do, we do.
You do.
I'm not denying it. But if we keep living if we keep living on only this side, then we can't expect to see
Anything.
development across board.
Very
Because I don't know how to say this thing without making it sound like I'm being insensitive, because that's not what I'm
No,
trying
but
to be.
yeah.
I'm looking at things from a different perspective.
Mhm.
And people will say, "Oh, what if it was somebody that was close to you? Or what if it's what if that?" Do you understand? But this is a state with probably over. I'm not sure what the population is right now. I know that they say the city of Jos has over 1.6 million people, right? So let's even use the 1.6 million in this city. Imagine how many of these people are here. Is it fair that all of these people are branded with one word because of where they live?
Leave.
You live in a place sometimes you can't control where you were born. I mean, not sometimes you really can't
Most
control where
times,
you are born. I mean, this is where you are.
Yeah.
You understand? And it's a narrative.
Mm.
It has to change.
Yeah.
At least while security is still being beefed up. And we really hope that all of these crises and all of these issues, especially
stop.
in the various rural areas and local governments, comes to an end. that cannot be the only news
That
that is
yeah.
coming out
Oh,
of here.
very
Mm.
true.
We have hardworking people.
Yeah.
Their stories need to be told.
Yeah.
We have opportunities here.
Mm-hmm.
We have young people who are busting their asses off to be able to create a life, to create new things. We have people who are building businesses. We have all of these natural resources and all of these beautiful landscape dying to be experienced and dying to be seen.
Yes.
I mean, if I can go to the Bible says no man lights a candle and puts
It's
it
under
under
a
a bushel.
bushel. Yes.
But we're still trying to put this candle under a bushel because
yeah.
we think that the external situations are not ideal.
Mm.
They probably will never be ideal until we put the candle out.
Very true.
Very,
We
very
deserve some joy.
true. Yeah.
Just until people can begin to see this place is actually much more than what this is. Then people will begin to say, okay, maybe we can even come and see what it is like. Maybe we can even invest. And with more people coming like that, a number of things will begin to change.
Yes.
Because more money is coming in.
Yeah.
There's more visibility, probably even more secure. Because when somebody's investing in a place, they will also want to say, I have to secure my investment.
Oh, yeah, for
So that's security coming in. Just that. So that's my perspective on this thing.
Yeah.
I just feel like
It can't be only bad.
while
news.
we're hoping and praying and we trust that the government is working to fix this or that one,
Mm.
the part that we can work on, let's work on it.
Yes.
Because it's for the good of everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
Very,
you so
very true.
much. Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good. I mean, I like that you said that the main issue here is even from within.
Yeah, it's from
You know,
within.
it's not from outside. I
It's
remember
also-
being younger and then something we were in Jose, my dad's friends would call him from Abuja. What are you still doing there? They said that this thing now in Bokos. They say, me, am I in Bokos? That's the question you always ask. Like, you are calling me. Do I live in Bokos? They say like people will be far there spreading news.
Yeah.
You know, I remember one time my lecturer saw me and say, "You live in Jos, right?" Then I say, "Yes, sir." He said, "Do you know that there's crisis?" I think it was like 2018. They were killing in Miango, and you know, like they had just summed the whole gist. To
Jos.
me, like,
Anything that happens in Plateau State,
Is
even if
just-
it happens, even if it happens in a really tiny place, let's say 2 cows just died
it's
or
just
2 goats died, it's not even human being.
Yeah.
Something just died, mosquito died. It's the whole Plateau State that's on fire.
Yes.
And this energy is not this same energy. We don't see it in other places towards a lot of other places.
Yeah.
Recently, there was something that happened in a part of Edo State. I don't know if
Okay,
some of
yes.
you saw it.
Yes.
And certain people were killed because they thought that they were they were like militia and all of that.
wow.
And all the news that was coming out from that place was saying this place in Edo State.
Yeah.
They were saying, so and so place, so and so place. But when it happens in Plateau State, it's Plateau State is on fire.
Yes.
Then you say, and in that thing didn't happen in Benin because Benin is state capital,
Yes.
right? If it happened in Plateau State, it's just that's on
Jos.
fire.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
true.
Yes.
What you're saying is very true.
Very, very true.
So this energy, you don't see it when it happens to a lot of other places. But anytime anything happens, breeze blows, one wind just blew that was stronger than it was supposed to be. Houses are collapsing in Jos.
Angels.
Would you believe that? Would you believe that? Because I was at a particular workshop organized by the Plateau State Peace Building Agency last year. Would you believe that there are many of the many news articles and pictures that are circulated, especially on WhatsApp groups? Many of those stories are not true. Many of those stories are old stories that are now being recycled
Recirculated,
as new.
yes.
Some of those pictures, because the agency had to start doing forensics and all that, some of those
Yeah.
pictures are not even from Nigeria.
How about that, Allah, guys?
So it's a systematic thing.
Do you understand? Some of those pictures are not even from Nigeria.
Wow.
Are we saying that these things don't happen here? We're
They
not
do.
denying
No,
that.
they do.
But the energy is just
Yeah.
It's not. It's
something
very
is-
unfair.
come on.
I mean, this brings me to say, I was going to try not to, but then I think at this point when you're speaking on Plateau State, you can't speak truly on Plateau State and not speak to the government and what they're doing right now. You
Oh
know,
yes.
the energy, the drive. I remember I said this to my friend that he said, "So wait to make you decide now," because a lot of people be like, you don't want to like you should do you should be doing something. I feel like people need to be seeing you online. Like, you know, sometimes I just show a bit of my 5 minutes madness. And my friends like, I don't record this thing. You know, it's because it's like it's never gonna happen again. But the craziest part is, you know, you cannot speak to Plateau or for Plateau or about Plateau and not speak about the progress. And my answer to him was, bro, everything that is making me do a podcast right now, I can't lie to you, it's just the energy.
Yeah.
Round.
It's literally, let me tell you when I felt it. Creole Tribe, the hangout, the meet and greet he did, right?
Yeah.
I didn't stay for the meet and greet. I came late, so I was just on the side. But looking at the number of people, looking at people doing painting, my nieces came and started playing with the paint. But what struck me in that moment here was all these people in one way or another creatives. There were more than 40 people, if I'm correct.
We were over 100.
Thank you.
and-
No, the
Oh,
ones
they
I
were
was just seeing
plenty.
outside
We were
when you
about
guys came
120.
outside. You know, like
That's a
That's
lot.
imagine.
creatives that gathered at
Over
that
120.
normal?
So like when I was looking at these people, all I could tell myself was these are the first people that will receive what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
These are the first people that will relate to what you're doing.
Yeah.
So if you want to put something out, bro, put it out. These people
Yeah.
you're seeing, they don't know you. But one thing I learned from that hangout is you don't need to know the next person for you to see the value in them.
Should I tell you
Very
about
true.
that hangout? So that hangout happened, and I got content from that hangout, and I posted it on my page. A particular, I don't want to call their name, but a particular tech and development related organization
Right.
in this country, based in Lagos, coincidentally was organizing a workshop for creatives across various geopolitical zones in Nigeria. And somebody that works there saw that
it.
video. And because of that video, she said, Guy, I've known this lady for over 20 years. She said, Guy, there's a creative community in Jos. I'm like, what do you mean by that? Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Do you know who we
You're
are?
like,
This is like the birthplace of creativity in
Yes.
Nigeria.
Oh, for
Yes.
sure. Very, very true.
I said, of course. She said, okay. We're working on so and so thing, right? Long and short, they dropped one state
To
come here.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow.
and had an event here
Yeah.
in December.
That's great.
Visibility
It does a lot.
and the power of putting out the right narrative.
Yes.
What if that video didn't go out? What if that hangout was not done?
Nobody.
What if everybody that was there said, no, this city, it get that CBO, let's all stay in our houses.
Make I go now. Make
Before
they
we-
say make I come buy something.
Let's gather then to throw bomb.
Ah, no.
Do you understand?
Yes. Yes.
Unfortunately, a lot of people on the outside, and I keep using that outside example because I lived outside, don't see this until we begin to take the visibility per se now.
No, very, very true.
And it was with that energy I started Discover Just.
Nice.
I would love to see it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
the
great.
energy.
So we can say that it's manifesting.
It doesn't have choice, that's manifest.
See, those your choice, I like that.
It's not choice, so.
Yeah. Okay, right. So, like, let me ask this one. Just is often described as one of Nigeria's most underrated cities, right? So, what cultural or historical aspects do you think contribute to this perception? I feel like it's kind of the conversation we just had already. But why I read this because of the underrated.
Yeah.
So let's combine the questions. Then can you share a memorable experience or story that solidified your passion for promoting Jos?
Okay, so I'll start with the last one.
Okay.
I've had different people come into the city. All right. And maybe I'll give two examples. The first one is, I always like to give that because that's like the most popular person I've had. Most of you know Authentic Traveling, Chris. Well, the white guy who travels like different parts of the world.
yes,
Yeah.
I know him.
I don't know if you ever saw content of him in Jos at some point.
Yeah.
He was one of my very first tourists.
Wow.
The one you guys went to Miango Rest Home.
No, we didn't go to Miango with him.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Okay, but you saw the one I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, I
yeah.
saw that one.
I didn't go to Miango with him. But we went to quite a lot of places, and the sheer excitement and joy seeing him being here, and the things he had to say about the place.
Yes.
Right? We created a lot of content, and every now and then I see the content that he shot still trending across like different platforms, especially Facebook groups. Just
of
based
course,
on
Facebook.
statistics,
Yeah.
Facebook groups, and I'm just smile because I'm like, y'all don't even know that this was.
Yeah.
I planned that entire trip for him, that his entire just itinerary, right?
Wow.
And it was a very beautiful time,
Ah.
right? And many people saw the content and began to desire to come to Jos.
Mm.
That was in September. They came September 2023,
Nice.
right? Many people saw that content and started desiring to come to Jos. Have you noticed that slowly but surely Jos is now becoming
Yes.
a thing? People
Oh,
want
yeah,
to
so
people want to
everyone
have
was-
Jos in their bucket
Yeah.
list.
Oh yes.
You see this move?
Mm.
I think this trend has happened over like the last maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
And I can call the names of the people responsible for this trend.
Mm.
There are no more than 4 or 5 people in the city,
Nice.
young guys, pushing out stories, pushing out content, pushing out narratives around, especially experience in Plateau State.
That's yeah.
This is not on the back of. I don't think I should say this, but well, yeah, I was going to. Yeah, so that I don't. This is not on the back of any institution.
Yes.
Let's take it like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's good.
It's on the backs of individuals
Individuals.
who are very passionate about this place
Mm.
and are looking to create opportunities here. So that's one of my very memorable experiences. Recently I had one, and with her I needed to curate what's it called now? Nature themed experiences.
Okay.
So we went to farms, we went to different places that just she wanted to just bask in nature.
Yeah.
And she probably told me thank you almost 1,000 times. She was like, oh my goodness. We went to this farm. She was like, oh my goodness. You people have this here
You
too.
know, there was a
I'm
whole
seeing
strawberry
pomegranate.
farm.
I'm
Yeah,
certain.
Yeah, it was on your
We,
page. I
yeah,
saw that.
we did a strawberry picking activity with
Yeah.
her. She got grapes. She got this. She
Wow.
got custard apple. She was just like, oh my God, in Nigeria. And it made me feel really excited.
Yeah.
And also made me feel sad.
True.
It was a mix of feelings because I need more people to experience this thing.
Yes.
Yes.
We don't need Plateau State to keep being the Nigeria's best kept secret. We need to
Mm.
we need to
We
we need
want
to
love to
we need
be
to
open.
expose these
that.
secrets.
Yes, very, very true.
Yes.
Mm.
Do you understand?
Yes.
See, I don't know anywhere else in Nigeria that is better than this place for adventure tourism,
Mm-hmm.
family themed,
Yeah.
Activities.
tourism.
Very true.
just vacations. Just come, especially if you want to just be out of the noise and just come and spend time with your children in
Yeah,
nature.
just
In just
relax.
things that connect them with away from all the all the noise. Just
Yes.
come here.
Yes.
Mm.
Do you know there are people who don't even know right now, not abroad, in Nigeria, there are people who don't even know what farms look like any
Mhm.
longer.
Yes.
True.
Mm-hmm.
There's no space again.
No.
Do you understand?
High-rise buildings.
We see all the things that we live around and we take them for granted. We don't know that these are experiences unique that
Very
people should be
unique.
paying for,
Yeah.
that will bring in wealth
And
and bring
revenue.
bring in opportunities. Young people here are looking, some I see certain people and they meet me and I find job. And especially when it's a young person, my skin crawls. And maybe it's not, maybe you'd say, oh, I'm being insensitive, or I'm talking from a privileged background. But I'm seeing so many opportunities here, and you're telling me that you're looking for a job. You've been looking for a job for the past 3, 4, 5 years
Mm.
in Plateau State with the immense opportunities that are here. Open your eyes.
Mm.
Open your eyes, oh.
Wide.
See, in this same city, I know people who are making millions just buying from farmers and shipping to other
Sending
cities.
to other
Oh
places.
yes.
I know people who are making millions from recycling all this plastic waste all over. See, except if you don't want to put yourself to think and say, what are the opportunities around me? There's so many opportunities in this place. So many dying. You know, the thing is, in many of the big cities, the opportunities are apparent.
Yes.
They've been casted already.
Yeah.
Here, that's the beauty.
It's
You
hidden.
have first movers advantage.
Oh yes.
That's every time I talk about this, I get excited.
I can
I
feel
can
the
feel the
excitement.
excitement.
Literally.
You have first movers advantage. There's still, no matter how many of you enter that industry, there'll still be enough space.
Sorry, I want to add that in Jos, as a first mover, you even have the advantage of time before competition picks up.
Exactly.
Oh, very true.
Actually,
Most times in Jos, that's what it is.
That's what it is. Very
I
true.
remember I told my mom one time, she's like, Abi, I'll do pure water. I say, even if you want to start doing fried chicken, just start.
Yeah.
Do fried chicken and you put it in foil paper and you do drumstick. It's only drumsticks you are selling.
Yeah.
And you put it in foil paper and chicken inside that brown paper and tag it. Mommy eat chicken. Something. People go buy them.
Yes.
See,
You just start.
live.
this is the heart of why I began to do all the things that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And it's because I just want people to see that, especially those of us young people who live here. You live in such, don't let the trauma and the pain and the fear of all the experiences of the crisis and all of those things
Yes.
hinder you from seeing the immense advantage that is
That's
here,
true, yeah.
because there's a lot of advantage. So these are some of the experiences that I've had. I'm turning back to the question now.
Yeah.
That made me say, you know what, this place,
Yeah.
They must
This
find
place.
you.
Is it?
Solid.
this place.
Very solid.
Very
You.
solid. Yeah.
Very solid. I think the thing I hated the most when I was in school, Jos. What did they that Jos? Jos is even better. Like I used to tell people here in Jos that no, maybe my Tara people no come fight me. But I say this, and I'm saying it to mean it. I say that Jos as a city and Jalingo as a city, Jos is 5 years ahead of Jalingo. Whenever I say this, I remember first I said to my brother and said, "Wait till you talk." I'm like, brother, I went there and spent like 2 months. In fact, let me start by saying I had an injury. That's how you know when a place is not really advanced.
Yeah.
Do you get? And I did X-ray. How comes their own X-ray did not see the full thing of my problem?
But now you just mentioned something, and I want to hint on it.
Yeah.
Do you know that Plateau State, this city, is slowly becoming a location for medical tourism?
Yes. You know, that's why I said.
We have some of the best
That's why I
doctors
said
here.
that.
Here in Plateau
True
State.
that.
I literally did an
Guys.
X-ray and I was told it's a dislocation, but I fractured my leg. I was walking until my bones were even healing already, and I had to come and have surgery. Where
Oh.
just I know plenty of my uncles or relatives, or over the years when I've grown, a lot of times you hear, this uncle came for treatment. This one, whether they live where, there's one particular type of treatment
They don't
that
find
will bring
it.
them to
Bring
Jos.
us.
Very true.
No matter what it is.
People just think now, from the content creation perspective, everybody's just doing the same thing. Now, certain people are doing showcasing the city, so now a lot of people are doing showcasing the city.
Yes.
Do you know how many opportunities? You see this medical thing? Who is telling the story of the medical advantages that we have here and why people should come here to get their treatment done?
Done.
I don't know anybody doing that.
Yeah.
Very
And
true.
there are so many other fields that
Who's talking
nobody
about
is
like
talking about.
I think we spoke about this one day. How there's the mechanic village in Jos is like the best. in my
Yes.
opinion.
People come from Abuja to
Yes.
come and
Come
get
and
their
repair their
cars.
cars.
Cars
done.
repairs.
Enjoy.
I think if people could come from Lagos, they might come too.
Yes.
It's just fun.
It's just
When
The
I was
amount-
in Ogun State, all the mechanics I interfaced were trash. No offense. But they weren't good.
The amount of skill in this place,
Yes.
it's crazy.
with
man.
our art, with a lot of the artisans, the level of skill. My only pain is that for many of them, the skill does not match the work ethic.
That's it.
Oh, most of them have work ethic. They are old.
Yes.
So
In a nutshell.
a lot of them don't have great work ethic,
Yeah.
but the skill,
The skill
is there.
is there. Yeah.
If we can bridge the gap between the work ethic and the skill,
We're about
So
to take
I think
over.
the gap there is character,
This character.
it's character.
character building.
Yeah.
That's great.
Very, very true.
Amazing.
So it's all of this that made that I started Just Start. And then so let me just talk about Just Start a little bit. And Just Start is basically saying, before we start getting people within here to look for role models
Okay.
and
Outside.
people that will motivate them outside, the motivation is already here.
Yeah.
So people they ask me and say, did you record this your podcast in Abuja? I said, no.
Right here.
Inside here.
Oh, I saw the new post today.
Yeah, you say, yeah.
Yes, it.
Yeah. And that place is not is not cheap.
Yeah.
But there was a mindset
Mm.
I wanted to achieve
Yeah.
with that place.
Yeah.
And I've recorded as of today. Now you might be watching this, and today is not today.
Yeah.
But as of now, we've done well over 12 episodes
Wow.
recorded. So I'm not
Stressing.
Yeah.
I'm not now trying to.
Yeah.
I've been working on this since like December.
Wow.
I wanted a place that because the caliber of the people and the nature of the conversation, I wanted it to be able to spark such deep sense of inspiration and motivation in the heart of the person sitting down here, and not just in Plateau State, but across North Central. Who sits down and listens and says, you know what? I can't keep sitting down on my butt
I need to
and
do
think
something.
I need to do it. I need to. That's why I
Yes.
just called it. If I was supposed to be JOST, like just start,
Oh.
I was like, nah.
That was what we were saying, that we
So
figured.
this
Yeah.
thing you just said.
Yeah, it was going to be JOST, but it was
Yes.
like I thought about it. I was like, okay, let's just make it just.
Just.
start.
Yeah, we were there plenty times.
Yeah.
we kind of were happy when we saw Just Start. We were happy that we didn't try to do, because
Just.
we initially started with Justify.
Yeah, I remember.
Right. And the most amazing thing happened to us where Bimbo Baba,
Bimbo,
yes.
Ogami, he reached out to us.
Yeah.
Because the crazy thing is, myself and one of our friends, Nash, we have been trying. Like, we even asked his mom. I tried to
Yeah.
ask people that I just felt like I didn't grow for Just. They
Yeah.
have like, where this name come from? Because our knowledge of Justified was crisis.
Yes.
People putting on shirts, Justified in red, you know, justice for just.
Yeah.
That was the concept. So that's how we saw it. So we felt like, let's take the same name. It's like
Yeah.
people don't really get it, right?
Yeah.
And push it. Then he reached out to us, and when we reached back, he didn't respond for a bit. We felt like we had been snubbed. So it was like, oh my guys, let's put our heads together
Go
and move
back to the
forward,
drawing
you know.
board.
But his response, I always love to talk about it because his response now answered everything. It made us understand that this has not died. There's still a narrative we're pushing here.
Yeah.
I love the narrative you guys want to push.
Yeah.
But my advice to you is do this yourselves independently, right? So in our feedback, our response, we're like, we hope we can get you here to talk about it. And it was very, very,
Yeah.
will I say, gracious enough to say, and whenever you want me here, like, just give
Fantastic.
me your space.
Yeah.
And it felt like,
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Right?
Virtual
So-
hug, I
so
promise.
it's-
We need
yeah.
more of these conversations
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
There has to be a mindset re-engineering, and it will not happen by chance.
Yeah.
If we are going to have a city that is thriving in the next 5, 10, 20 years, we're going to have to do a massive mindset re-engineering, and it will
Yes.
happen upon platforms like this.
Yes.
So everybody, and you can cut this part and share it.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to listen to this podcast consistently,
Yes.
because podcasts like these and every other one coming out of the city will help to get especially the young people,
Yeah.
thinking and saying, you know
Frame a
what,
narrative.
we're framing new narratives, we're charting a new cause, we're retelling the story of the plateau from a different perspective,
Yes.
from a perspective where everything is not gloom and doom, but a perspective where we are thriving, where we are succeeding, and where we are transforming Nigeria from this plateau.
And that's on period, guys.
The bars that Mr. Team has dropped here.
I'm telling you, I'm so happy.
Sorry.
Goosebumps.
You
I'm
guys.
excited. I love it.
So I'm super excited.
Yes.
You know, this is amazing. It's amazing to see what you're doing, man.
Thanks,
It
man.
is.
Thank you.
So let me just wrap it up with one more question.
Yeah.
The last question I have for you. Have you collaborated so far with any local creatives or businesses to enhance what you're basically doing, the image of Joss, how Joss is supposed to be told? Have you collaborated with any local person?
So I'm working on a few right
Okay.
now. Collaborations. So far with what Discover just has done, it has been mostly just us doing our stuff.
Okay, yeah.
If you well, okay, yeah. So there is the collaboration with the Africa Creative Tourism. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that we do since after that first event I told you about. So last year, the very first conference, tourism conference, it's an event that everybody should attend.
Yeah.
Held this year, the second one held, and Discover Just is a major collaborator for them, with them on this, ensuring that we're together with not just us, and then of course then there's Creo Tribe. How could I forget? There's
I
Creo
mean-
Tribe. So Creo Tribe, we collaborate with Creo Tribe because we believe that creatives are at the heart of
Yeah.
the transformation that we're seeking.
Yeah.
Telling new stories, building new narratives. So yes, those two. I'm sure that there are. I'll talk about collaboration with people like Frizzle. Frizzle is one of the tourism OGs,
Yeah.
and I never mince words on it.
Yeah.
I'm in tourism, but yeah, he's an OG. He's been in this game much longer, and yeah, so we've had certain collaborations together, planning stuff, doing stuff together, and he's an amazing individual. Also doing the same thing,
Yeah.
repositioning and
Yeah.
rebranding.
I saw his tour guide.
Ooh,
He did a just tour guide like a magazine.
you should
And
get it.
I wanna-
Everybody,
So, the plan, we want to get one and put it here.
Great.
I want to have it
Great.
here too.
Everybody, and this might be me. I'm marketing him. I'm
That's
I'm
what
not
we
even,
do.
That's what we do.
go and buy the Just City tour guide.
Yeah.
Right. It is a comprehensive document that gives you a beautiful insight
Mm.
into the city
City.
from the historical perspective into everything. If you want to chill, if you want to come to Jos, right, or if you just live in Jos and you want to know about the city, more about the city, get that tour guide. That document
Yeah.
should be in every library.
I wanted,
across
I wanted to
the
say to you,
state.
I love that you said library because I was going to go with transport and I was going to urge the government, let me do
Oh,
this
that's
right.
Yeah.
very true.
And say that the same way, like when we used to travel to school then
Yeah.
and fly Arik, there were always magazines, monthly
Yeah.
editions. But what hurt me was the monthly editions were always about other African countries.
Not even.
Not necessarily. You'd probably see like a page or two on Kano, Katsina. They were big places, but majorly it was on, the continent. So I'm charging the government to support Frizzle
Yeah.
and make that a thing to boost
In
tourism
transport.
Yeah.
in your
Plateau
transport,
Express.
whether it's Plateau Express or where. There should be, that tour guide where when people know that it's there, they'll always read it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
go through it. If you have money, make them go with them.
Personally,
So,
but-
yeah.
sorry to interrupt you, but
Yeah.
personally, I feel like it should even be in like hotel receptions.
Oh yes.
It
It should be
it should be
everywhere.
It should be
Everywhere.
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 Everywhere
Literally,
it can
even
be
in the
seen,
museum
it should be
at some
there.
point.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That's great.
Yes.
Because
so-
nobody has done that kind of body of work
Yes.
in that much detail,
Mm.
and it's a beautiful document. It's a beautiful.
I mean, even if people have done it, it
material.
probably have been like a government thing. So
Yes.
it didn't come out to the public.
Yes.
It
Way
was
it should
on a
have.
know-who basis.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it's good to see that, just like you said, an individual,
Yeah.
took it upon himself,
to
maybe
do
with a
that.
team, and they put
Yeah.
that together. So shout out Frizzle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
that's
job.
great.
So yeah, just to kind of like wrap everything, we're going to be doing rapid fire questions.
Fire me away.
So let's go.
Please or not.
Faye, what would be your favorite local dish here in Jos?
My favorite local dish. It will. I think it would have to be gote.
I was literally just about to say the same thing. Yes.
Even though I do like risga.
Yeah, that's my
I
dad.
do like
Yeah,
risga.
that's nice.
Yes,
It's-
yes.
It's nice.
And I mean, I usually tell people that gote is an acquired taste.
No, I don't think so.
I feel
I think
like
it
there
depends
is a
on
way
who
you
cooks it
make
for
it.
you.
Yeah,
Yes, I feel
yeah.
yes.
It
So the
depends
thing
on
about
where
so the
you
thing
make-
about
how you
gote
make it.
is that gote responds to your economic status.
Yes.
And no shades.
Oh yes.
No shades. No
Yes,
shades
you
at
don't
all.
said it right. 'Cause
Right? I've had gote in certain places and I'm like,
who make
wow,
it?
this is
Yeah.
classy.
Rich
And I've
baby.
had gote in some other places and I'm just like,
This one, that one is tere. It's not good thing again. that one is for the culture.
so I've so I think that basically everybody makes it according to what they can put in it.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I do like it because it's a really healthy dish.
Oh, very healthy.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. All right. So best time of the year to visit Jos.
It depends on if you like strawberry season or if you like mango season.
Oh,
Hey,
I like
yes.
that.
It also
So-
depends on if you like the
Apple.
Harmattan
Oh.
or you like
You
the
like to
rainy
get your
season.
legs wet.
That's true, Sha.
But for me, personally, I like the somewhere between September and October. Why? Everywhere is still green.
Yeah.
The flowers are in bloom.
But rain is on.
It's beautiful, but the rains are already beginning to
Yes.
reduce a
Yeah.
little bit, so you can come out
Yes.
more.
That's
Yes.
true.
Right?
very
I
true.
do love December.
I was
But
I
then-
was
but
expecting
then-
to say December.
But then December, for the beauty and aesthetics, December everywhere's already getting brown.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
The grass has already started turning brown and all
Brown.
of that. So if you want to bond with nature and all of that, yeah.
September.
Although that period is where you're now going to be getting like apples and
Yes.
and strawberries,
Strawberries.
and grapes and all of that. So
Yeah.
it really depends.
On what you like.
But I mean, any time of the year. But when people ask me that, I give them. Do you like strawberries? Do you like mangoes?
Mangoes.
Oh, okay.
Do you like
Yeah.
whatever? Yeah.
And the mangoes here are very sugary.
Which type do you want?
Please, let's not enter
Let's
this mango.
I'm hungry.
Okay, so lastly, a local saying or like a proverb that is something that you want people to know about.
A proverb.
Yes.
I
that
don't
you,
think-
you love.
I don't think I know any proverb,
Hey.
any local proverb. Oh.
Also,
Also,
like
ju-
it's like a local
just,
saying,
yeah,
like
or just
some
like a
people
local
say.
saying or anything. Like
You know how hilarious Sonny now, like he calls his mom Mayo.
But
it's like- I used to think it was Mayo, like Mayo, until I started reading. Before I just watched the video,
Yeah.
laugh and go. But then this thing I said about us not having an industry.
Mm.
So ever since we started the podcast and I started doing content creation, I realized, oh more. I cut cap for you people. Oh.
It's
So I started
nice.
paying attention. When I
Yeah.
watch videos now, I take my time.
Yeah.
I want to see. And like today, I saw my security, his legs were dirty. At the moment I just saw it, I just said, Jika, come on, Sonny. And he laughed, but he didn't relate. So I went and showed him the video. The moment I had to look for one where they showed his
his
legs. Like,
legs.
and as I just showed it, he started laughing. He was like, so what kafana kenan? Yes, no, like, because it's just great to see that
Yeah.
that's somebody now that has is beginning to become a household name.
Yeah,
Where
he is.
He
and
is.
My
you know,
sister,
is-
my sister in the UK sends
Yeah.
me Sonny's videos.
Yeah,
too
because
hilarious.
it's amazing. Like
Yeah.
the funny thing is, you don't even have to have grown up in Jos.
To be able to relate.
Just like you said about Kaduna being relatable, I feel like there are other states too that might have similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it's really funny and good to see all of that.
Okay, so
But
back to the question.
Something like that, yes.
I still can't come up with any more right now.
It's alright.
Yeah, I have one, Sha.
Yeah, I was about to
I don't know what it means. I think plus people use it to draw strengths.
Oh,
Over the years, I hear like our workers at home, maybe
Yeah.
in security, or
Yeah.
maybe when there's something heavy to lift, and they're like two people say, "What chubby?" And then they go. But I think soldiers still say it. But I know the plastic people, that's how their own sound.
Yes.
It's like, "What chubby?" And then they now go like,
And
it's like
ginger.
you. So even me too. When I was in school, I started saying it. Like, just when you want to like call straight and let's get it done. It's like 1, 2, 3 for them. It's like what chubby? Yeah. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think I've tried. I gave something.
Yeah, you tried.
Including-
Me personally, I don't have any. So.
I'm lost. I'm so. Oh my
I don't
god.
have
I
any.
mean,
I
think
probably
they-
have a lot, but I really
Yes.
can't think
At
of
this
any
moment,
Yeah, I
of
was
Yes.
them.
gonna say I think there are a lot, but because maybe it's majorly being broken down as per tribes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
okay,
that's why,
okay, yes.
So
Just-
if you meet someone from a certain place,
Mhm.
give us everything, they'll probably
Mhm.
hey yo, all this kind of thing, be wrong people. So yeah, but nice.
Ha.
I think I have a question.
Mhm.
My own, just sharp throw inside the. I don't want to stir any waters. But my question, why is it playing in my head now? It was here right now, but this is my question, right? As per coming from where she's coming
Yeah.
from. But I think mine is this or that. So my this or that would be. Sorry to
Barry.
just people just not or just out.
I live in Just North.
Oh wow. Right.
Ah.
That's nice. No, wait. Let me now say why I asked the question, because if I leave it here, it would be like I threw a shade.
Yeah.
Right? Because I live in Just South.
Yeah.
Now I asked because I believe personally the social development in Just North needs to pick up.
Yeah.
So it's like even if you did establish a business, you'll be thinking for my business to thrive.
Yeah.
It needs to be in Rayfield and its environs, or anything from Secretariat down. What happened to British America? That place is too quiet at night. Like every time I pass there, I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, actually.
do you know
a
what can
whole
be happening
roundabout.
here? Like that Secretariat Bridge, I didn't go for the Christmas
Yeah.
lighting,
Yeah.
the crossover, because I already experienced traffic during the day. So it's like, if it's already like this,
Imagine
in
that.
Jos.
Yeah.
And you know, people in Jos are not used to traffic.
Yes.
So they always do terribly once there's some form of go slow. So I was like, you know what? We need to, I don't know what, but why I said it, to ask is because I wanted to see if your response would be as usual, just South. People always throw the just
Yeah.
South hat.
Yeah.
But really, are we being fair? Do you know the amount of resources and people that don't really have so much things, like so many lucrative things they could be doing. It's like you put all the nice things on one side of town. So I like to say these things on camera because I believe that even if it's not us individuals that have the power to do it, somebody somewhere might have the ability to. And this is just to say that if you ever had the thought to do a business or establish a business in Just Not, please give it a go. And the new plateau will back you.
Yes.
Because people are so afraid.
Yes.
So afraid, you know. Yes, there's a crisis factor from before. But now let's remove that. People are still afraid to, you know,
Do
put it there.
something. Yeah.
So, I mean, that was my only this or that. Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
Thank you.
okay. Well,
It
yeah,
was a
that
really
this or
good
that.
session.
You know
But it
how
was
much-
the conversations that we have had
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
far
Yeah.
have been
Amazing.
Amazing.
Have been
I think if there's
so
anything I
amazing.
can say that we've picked up from this episode, and I hope everyone else picks, is the excitement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The excitement to talk about Joss
yeah.
and to see Joss grow.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mr. Tim, from us right here,
Thank
we want
you.
to say big thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
guys.
making out the
Thank
time.
you.
And thank you for being here. And thank you for everything you are doing.
I'm
Yes,
telling you,
it
thank
was
you.
Joss.
Thank you on
Because you see
behalf
that
of
thing I
Joss.
said about you're helping us to like be aware, like look
Yeah.
out for businesses.
Yeah.
It's like now when we sit some days, I think one day we're saying like, what will we do? Like, so we do a vlog and like, let's go discover Just page and find like one of those
Yeah.
things. Because you know, right?
That you
And
will find something.
Finally,
Yeah.
I need to say this because a lot of people might be thinking Discover Just is about advertisement.
No.
Guys, it's about tourism. And I believe that if you are looking for a proper tour guide, reach out to Discover Just.
Yeah.
Not just to get information, oh, just is like this, then you
No.
come
A
and
proper
forget that
tour
somebody,
guide.
you know, told you these things. If you want an actual tour where you learn things,
Thank you.
please do.
He's
Yes.
your
Thank
guy.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Very grateful.
Thank you too.
Awesome.
Great one,
Nice.
guys.
Clap for ourselves.
Ooh-wee.